I'm leaving town for the holidays on Friday, but if you're at all free before then, I would love to take you on a date. Damn, he left you on red on a question.
So this is 6 months before we started dating. Her friend posted a story where she's in it. I swiped up. I was like, oh my God, you know Rosie? I have a crush on Rosie. I was down bad. Even before I met her. This is the coolest girl on the internet. I want to date her.
John does this really cute thing. He turned to me and he was like, I'm really nervous asking this. I really want to ask to kiss you. In my head, I'm like, I paused for like a sweet second and then I kiss him. So we start making out. Fast forward, it's 4 a.m. and then I text the group chat. Guys, I didn't make it to the first date.
On day 0, she f***ed. Welcome back to the Down Bad Show. And today we have a very special guest with us. The long-awaited boyfriend reveal, the grand opening, the hard launch of
John Fish.
This is my boyfriend. Yeah, I hard launched him on Twitter last week. Yeah. And all my comments were like, oh my God, is that the Harvard CS guy? Because that's what he's known for on YouTube. He does a lot of educational content when he was at Harvard and just things like how to read more, how to like study better, like all this stuff. So he's very smart, very hardworking, very ambitious. He's also a founder. He is starting a company called Bookshelved, which is kind of like social reading for people. And he is also
Joe from You.
Yes, a lot of people think he looks like Joe Goldberg from You. So if I die,
we know why.
Randomly.
Yeah, look, side profile, side by side. That's the man right there. Right? You know.
And yes, and he's a YouTuber. He's close to 1 million subscribers. So he's very cool. He's very creative. Yeah. He's just like me. So we get along really well.
You ended up dating a YouTuber. Well, you look at that.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? We're gonna get into the love story. We're gonna get into the you know how this love story unfolded.
I think John has the master plan. I think he's got it. He's got it down. Like, listen, you have a crush on someone that you think is the baddest bitch on the internet.
Yeah.
She's got
right, because you were crushing on her.
For sure.
Over the internet.
For sure. I mean, for months, right? We're talking like in the fall, like October, November. We started dating in April. Yeah. So this is 6 months before we started dating.
You were crushing.
I was crushing. And I was shooting my shot. I was like, it was bad, dude. Yeah. But hey, just keep digging, you know? Just keep digging. Her friend posted a story where she's in it, right? And I wasn't even close with her friend. I went to one dinner with her friend. We were just like mutuals on Instagram. And I swiped up. I was like, oh my God, you know Rosie? I have a crush on Rosie. There's a screenshot of it on Twitter. It's crazy. It's like I was down bad even before I met her. I just like, this is the coolest girl on the internet, like coolest girl in the world. Yeah. I want to date her.
If you had to, you know, just kind of assess your chances in the very beginning, what would you give it? A probability.
I was in this new strategy with dating, right? Where with dating previously, I was like, oh, just like be on dating apps, whatever. And I was like, none of this is working. What I really need to do is I need to find the coolest people that like I could possibly date, right? Like people that are actually like kind of in my like circle, whatever, but like, and I just need to shoot my shot only with them, right? Like only with really
stars.
cool. Yeah, shoot for the stars, right? I'm like, maybe it'll eventually work. Yeah. And so Rosie was like number 1 on that list. Wow. And it worked out. So it was like, let's go.
Let's just dive right into the relationship. How did you guys meet? How did you?
Yeah, no, it's a funny story. I mean, so I had a crush on Rosie, right? Just from the internet. Cause
from her Twitter?
From her Twitter.
So you want to be celibate, but you're looking at her pussy jokes.
Nothing wrong with a little joke. You know, nothing wrong with that. No, but I mean, I saw her Twitter because she was tweeting funny things, and she was like, we had some mutual friends, right? Yeah. And so I saw her Twitter, and then I was like, oh wow, she's actually like, you know, she's co-founder of this really big company. Right. She went to Wharton. She's like really smart and really beautiful and really funny. I'm like, okay, I got a crush on this girl, right? Wow. Yeah. And I told your friends that. Like, I have screenshots back in like November, maybe October, of me being like, yo, I have a crush on Rosie.
Wait. So all this from just the Twitter? Like, you don't
online presence, yeah.
Okay.
Never met her.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, but just like, you know, like a digital crush, right? You know someone is like cool, and you know you run in like the same circles, so you're like, okay, cool. Yeah, like, you know, if I run into her, right, maybe I'll say something.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And then we ran into each other. We were at the Streamies. That's where we met in person for the first time, which is like the YouTube Awards. And that was that December?
That was December, early December.
Yeah. So I remember, I was there, and I think I was just like kind of sitting, and I was like tired. I was like, damn, I think I need to go home. I was like super antisocial that night. Mm-hmm. And then John approached me. He came up to me.
True.
And
after doing a lap, I saw Rosie, right? And I was like,
You're nervous.
I'm gonna talk to her, but I didn't know what to say, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll do a lap. We're at the after party in some like hotel lobby. So there's like 400 people there, and I'm walking around in a circle. And I come up, I'm like, hey, are you Jasmine Rice Girl? I love your tweets.
He did say that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cute because I don't know. I always really like it when people say that they love my content. Obviously, you appreciate it, but especially when they're like a fellow creator, right? Because that's like extra, just like, I don't know, just recognition. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and it feels really good. And so I was like, and because I think a lot of creators have like egos sometimes where they're not going to go and say like, oh, I like your content. They're just kind of like, I'm bigger than you or whatever.
Exactly.
So I really like people that like never really have an ego about it, even if they're big. And so I was just like, so we ended up exchanging Instagrams. It was just like super short meeting.
Now, wait, were you nervous though when you were doing that lap? You had to be nervous.
I was nervous for sure. Yeah.
So when you were like,
dude, talking to girls is scary.
Right?
Very scary.
Especially ones that you like.
For sure. No, I mean like if I fumble this, I'm gonna see her around. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I want to let you guys know that these Japan videos would not be possible if it weren't for our sponsors today, T. Chanley. T. Chanley is skincare for men. By now, I think you guys should know that I use T. Chanley every single day, whether it be the daily face wash or the AM moisturizer whenever I go outside. And now one of my personal favorites recently has been the Super Serum, which is an anti-aging formula that, keeps my skin looking young. As you get older, your face is the most important feature on your body, so you want to make sure you have a good skincare routine and take care of your skin on your face, because that's what people are gonna look at. That's the first thing that they see. Right before I head out, I make sure I get my skincare routine. Use my link right now down below to get 30% off plus a free gift. And just to keep it a buck, you guys will see me shouting out T. Chanley every month just because it's a fire product I always use. And if you guys don't have it by now, I suggest you guys try it out. Have a skincare routine. Take care of your skin. Thank you. So, but you had no quiver to your voice? You had no shake to your voice?
Well, I got lucky because it was like a 30-second conversation, right? So we were talking just like, the formalities, like, oh, really like your Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
And then someone who recognized my videos came up to me, started talking to me.
Oh, so you got recognized while you had this talk.
Yeah. And so, and then she had to go or something, like the conversation ended because, or you were talking to someone else. I can't remember exactly what, but it was a 30-second conversation and then I went to the DMs.
Okay.
Yeah.
30 and you went to the DM, you exchanged things.
Yeah, so Rosie texted me. She was like, nice meeting you tonight. And I was like, on the way home. And I was like, man, I got to shoot my shot. So I was like, hey, like, just to let you know, I've had like a crush on you for a minute and like an internet crush for you. Yeah, for a minute. And what did I say?
It's really cute. Here, I can pull it up. But
no, it must be like all the way up. So
no, you can search for it. But so we had exchanged Instagrams after we left, and I usually after a party to remember that I meet everyone I met, I'll like send a quick like nice meeting you tonight.
Yeah.
So like if you ever come up again, then I'm like, oh yeah, that's when I met them. So I sent John that, and then he replied. Did you reply like immediate? Okay, this was December 4th.
Yeah, no, it was immediate because I remember I was on the way home. I was not even home yet, and I was like, oh man, Rosie just DM'd me. Like, I gotta reply.
To be 100% honest.
Oh no.
I had an internet crush on you for a second.
True.
For a second. I'm leaving town for the holidays on Friday, but if you're at all free before then, I would love to take you on a date. If not, no worries. I'm sure we'll run into each other at some point between creator tech stuff.
No, because I was actually genuinely worried because I was like, if I come across creepy, because I know everyone, like every guy that talks to Rosie is going to ask her out. Not every guy, but like, like 80% of the guys, right? So it's like, okay, if I come across as creepy and she hates it and I see her all the time, we have all these mutual friends, that's going to suck.
Right.
So I actually wanted to be like, hey, like, if
it's chill.
If at all interesting,
Yeah, it's chill if not.
That's probably why she turned me down.
No, I didn't turn you down. Listen, I actually thought this message was really cute. So like, yes, I do get DM slides all the time, and because I'll screenshot it and I put it on my close friends, and I'm like, bro, like this is disgusting most of the time. But this was the only one I remember screenshotting, and I think I put text over it, and I was like, this is actually really cute. I might have to go on the date just because I like the slide.
Oh, I thought I might just have to suck his dick. That's usually the her. Wow, this is really cute.
It's usually it.
I have to dethrone him now.
It's true. I don't know. He put me in this wholesome mood, so I wasn't
right.
in the sex, and I was just like.
I would say like the if not, no worries. I'm sure
Yeah.
that takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
A lot. So that's.
No, it was very respectful, and it was just like so like wholesome and like genuine. I think that's a big thing for me is like him not being afraid to admit that he like has a crush on me. I thought was so sweet.
Rosie writes, "Oh, that's so sweet. I'm leaving on Thursday and I'm going to Asia, so it's gonna be a tight week. LOL. Can we loop back in 2023?"
Crazy message.
Can we
loop back? It's not even I'd like to go on a date, but like let's do it next year. Like when I'm back. It's like, oh, let's loop back. We'll figure it out next year. Crazy.
So that's kind of just like. How did you feel when you read "Can we loop back next year"?
I mean, I thought she was rejecting me for sure, and I still think like if a girl said that to you, what would you think?
Can we loop back next year? Wait, when was this? December. Okay, so it was December. In all fairness,
early December.
Yeah, we're not talking like July.
Right.
Let's do loop back.
Right.
That'd be a joke. That'd be pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, I'm busy till July, actually.
But yeah, I'm not. I don't have my hopes up if I'm getting if I'm getting this.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no way, we're in Asia, and yes, of course, I'll shoot you a message in the new year.
Right.
Damn. She left you on red.
I know. It's crazy.
On a question.
It's crazy.
That's actually kind of crazy.
No, it's crazy.
That's actually no. If that was the case, yeah, I'm not shooting a shot again, bro.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Oh yeah, no. You bit the bullet. You left your ego.
That's what I'm saying.
There.
Wait, it does get worse though.
Oh,
dude, it's so. Wait, what are you saying? What are you saying?
Oh, you write a paragraph,
yeah, it's just
bro.
you sending me like really sweet paragraphs, and then you said, he sent me an essay that he wrote.
What, you sure?
And then I did.
I could do this. You sure?
Well,
that's crazy.
That was.
That's crazy.
But I replied.
I mean, it worked out.
Okay, yeah, right. It worked out, but for the record, if
I got
I'm
no
getting
shame about it.
If I'm getting a question left on red, okay.
No. I mean, in that specific context, though, to be fair to myself, that was like Lost in the Family type vibe, right? There was like Lost in Your Family, and I just experienced a similar thing. So that was actually like on some like friend level of like actual like, because at this point, right, I'm like, she rejected me.
Right.
Like in my head, I'm like, actually, she rejected me. We're in the same circle now.
Okay.
So this is something I'd send to a friend who lost someone in a family. It's not like at this point, she's not a romantic prospect anymore.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
so
it's
you've
like,
already told yourself this.
in my head, right? I'm like, I think she rejected me. I don't think that there's like. I'm like maybe in a month, right? Maybe there's like a chance to reignite something.
Yeah.
But honestly,
because sometimes, bro, if you leave it alone for a while, it's like a reset. Like rejections is fine because you leave it alone for like they be forgetting. Women reject pretty women reject guys left and right.
My thing is though, like I actually wanted to be friends with Rosie, right? Like I actually was like, okay, she's smart, she's cool, like.
Right.
And to be honest, there's also a lot of red flags in a relationship. No offense, but I'm like, maybe it wouldn't work.
Right.
Like maybe it's not what she wants.
Yeah.
And so I was like, actually, like maybe the best outcome here is to be friends. Like I'm still gonna have a crush on her, obviously, and she'll know that.
Yeah.
Right. But like, I'm not gonna be like only treat her as if like I'm sliding and like trying to go on a date.
It's
right.
not at the forefront. Of
no, for sure. And I mean, I think that's what a lot of guys do. That's like why pretty women get so annoyed with like the species of men in general. Right. Is it's like if the only thing you're sending is like, oh, you want to go out? What are you doing tomorrow? When can I see you? When can I buy you a drink?
Yep.
It's like
constant.
Dude, they're a human, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's what I really like about John is I think I could tell that he did like me as a person and like wanted to be friends, which is really nice.
Now I do have a question, like little slight tangent. Do you think that years at Harvard prepares you for like relationship knowledge and experience and foresight almost?
No, definitely not. No.
So IQ doesn't equate to
EQ?
EQ, I guess, social Q?
Oh, not at all.
Definitely not. No.
Not at all.
I mean, like, right, even for me, I've been like pretty toxic in relationships before for sure.
Oh.
And a lot of the time it was when like I was like just like grinding super hard on school or like right like, and it actually like took a lot of like for me a lot of like reflection on what is it that I actually value here and what do I want out of life, right? Because at Harvard, what you have to remember, and like places like Harvard, because it's not just Harvard, you have all these like top 1% individuals who a lot of the times are driven by insecurity, right? Like a lot of really ambitious people are driven. They're there because they're insecure, right? It's like, oh, I don't feel like I have enough, so I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna like do something kind of crazy, right? I'm gonna study for like 100 hours a week, or I'm gonna like be, you know,
because,
the top
like,
person
deep
in the
down,
world at
I
this.
feel so badly.
I'm empty.
Yeah.
And that was me, right? Like for a very long time, that was like, I was super insecure when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was really good at running, really good at a bunch of different things. It's like, oh, this is like a thing that I can be good at, right? That like objectively I'm good at, right? It's like, oh, I'm one of the best runners in Canada, right? Like objectively, like no one can take that away from me. So it's like, it takes care of that insecurity.
So insecurity is actually one of the biggest motivators for people
for ambitious people,
for the top 1%. That I must be insecure too. Oh my God.
A lot of creators are.
I mean, is that not what fueled a lot of your content? Was like, right? Like I
suck
want to
with
look
women.
better.
Yeah. Holy shit. I am deeply insecure. I am nothing without this, so I need to do everything to keep this. Kind of, right? That's the
basically. And so then it's like, okay, cool. So if you're in a relationship and you're feeling like that, and then the relationship starts to interfere with that thing, then what are you going to do? Let go of the relationship or let go
out
of the
the
thing?
window?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like that scene in Whiplash, the movie with that drummer kid, where he broke up with the girl because he's like, you're standing in my way of playing the drums, basically.
Now, this can't be Riz.
Well, he's just being a friend, right?
This is right. But at the same time, this wow, this almost, I don't know, it works.
Well, I left him on red, to be fair.
She did.
I was like, listen, my grandma died. I'm not reading an essay you wrote in college. What the fuck?
I mean, that's fine, right? Like
the message was nice, but I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also know hard feelings.
You barely read it when we were dating, so that's crazy.
No, I know. I sat down and I read it and I gave you feedback.
But it's one of those things where like
how
you know,
many weeks?
I mean, for the record, like you know, you started off with the date, right? So in her head, this is like, the guy's trying to flirt. Yeah. So it's like, now.
This is crazy.
Although, what's
just you reading my initial messages. This is horrifying.
Oh shit! What's the funny part?
Oh, and then down here.
This is like way
so
later.
right, so now we're like just mutuals that kind of interact with each other, and sometimes it's flirty because I'm like, yeah, there was interest there. So he had this, you know, the Instagram notes. He had a note that was like for a TBH. So I replied to it and I said like.
Okay.
Right. So I initiated.
No,
the
this one I actually just fumbled though. This one's just bad.
Really? You said.
Well, it was cute.
To be honest,
No, I said a cute thing,
Yeah.
and then I fumbled the follow up, which was my fault. I should have just left it.
You did?
know?
Okay.
Maybe.
Let's see. To be honest, you are extremely pretty and funny and smart.
True.
Can't wait for math class on Monday. You guys have what, math class?
Oh no, see, it was like a joke because the whole thing with like for TBH, right?
It's like high school.
And this
thing,
is like in
right?
my defense. It's like high school, middle school, right?
Right.
Like, and so I was like, this is like the first day of the Instagram notes feature, and everyone in my like that I was following was doing this like oh, this is like
TBH.
Facebook back
Right.
like for TBH, all this stuff, right? And so I was like, I was making these jokes to everyone.
Oh, so you were flirting with other women?
Yes.
No, I don't follow women, so they didn't show up. It's just men.
LOL made me laugh. Thank you.
See, I was giving him positive reinforcement. I was like,
That's
and
true.
then John
message
and
is
then
I
like-
don't-
and then John follows.
It's crazy.
Salute emoji. But for real, send the homework, please. ChatGPT is letting me down.
That was crazy. God, that's so cringe now. Actually, looking back at that, because this is also like, okay, in my defense, this is like day 3 of ChatGPT, right? Existing. This is like the day that it like came out. So it was actually like, if you know, you know back then. It wasn't like, you know, cringe AI, whatever. Oh, this is terrible.
Oh, wait.
Rosie, why are you doing this to me?
Oh, there's more. Hey,
I'm actually stressed.
Hey, sorry. I'm gonna need you to be like, oh my god, sorry, I lost the question.
Yeah. Wait, so here's the thing. He sent that homework thing, and I just didn't reply. And a couple minutes later,
There's timestamps.
right? Look at the
This is
time.
Oh,
crazy.
times. Oh, the timestamp says a lot. The timestamp says everything. Oh, you said, but for real, send the homework, please. ChatGPT is letting me down. At 6 a.m., she doesn't reply.
No, I was Eastern time.
She doesn't reply. An hour later, you go, hey, sorry, I'm going to need you to be like, oh my gosh, sorry, I lost the questions for me. To see my middle school bit through. Oh, to see
This is
my
crazy.
middle school bit through. Thanks. hey, sorry, I'm gonna need you.
I had so
Even
I had this
reading
like vision in
I'm
my
not
mind.
gonna lie. I like how would you have delivered this? Because I don't think I'm delivering this correctly. And
Yeah, should we play it out? Should we?
No.
oh man, no.
Yeah,
This has to be relatable.
Fair,
John, this has to be relatable, bro.
Jimmy, I knew, right? I knew that I was fumbling here. But you know when you like dig yourself in a hole and you're like, I'm too deep in this hole. I have to keep digging because maybe, right? If you leave it there.
No.
Because she'd already left me on red.
When you dig yourself in a hole, you were.
You have
That's
to
when
keep
you
digging.
You
might hit diamonds.
No.
It's like that meme. It's like that
No.
meme. The diamond, the pickaxe diamond meme.
No. This is what
You're
you
saying
were.
this, but it worked out for me.
It did, but how I would go about it is like I say corny jokes.
Yeah.
She's not responding. I now respond to myself.
That's
Wow. That shit sucked.
That's
Wow, my jokes did not land. And I'm reading this back now, actually. And I'm going to yak. So, thank God Instagram now has the unsend features.
Oh, I could have used that. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that shit
That's
is
true,
saving
that's true,
lives.
that's
But
John doubled down.
Because in my mind, the whole time, I had this vision where I'm like, okay, this is middle school. Like for TBH, I'm going to send her like the I heart you thing, right? The I lesson 3 you. I'm like, that's good. I don't know what I was thinking.
If you simplify this equation, it simplifies down to I less than 3 you.
True.
So it's like I heart.
This worked back in the day too.
Oh,
You should
really?
show it to the camera. This is what John sends me. The math formula at 7 a.m.
Now you over there in Asia looking at this. I don't know.
Why Asia?
Are you? Huh?
Oh, Rosie's in Asia.
Here's me. Right? Instagram message open. All right, close.
That's crazy.
You see the math formula, and it's closed.
I just go out of the Instagram. I'm back.
I put effort into that.
I'm sorry.
This is oh man.
Yeah. So, anyways,
I think this is the end of the bad stuff for me though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it got bad for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. No, let's go into it.
Okay.
No. You can keep going if it got bad for me.
No, not on Instagram. The bread.
Oh,
it does get bad because then she's replying to your story.
She sent like a fire. I left her on red. She whatever.
Oh yeah, he had a really.
I had like a
creepy-
stalker.
Yeah.
And that was crazy. We actually had a conversation here because I had a stalker on YouTube for a while who sent me a bunch of emails.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
we were just having combos.
Yeah, that was just like normal combos.
Yeah.
But then New Year comes around, right? And we do have mutual friends. So there's like this event that's like a dinner party. There's going to be like 20, 30 people there. It's like a potluck. And I'm like, okay, cool. Rosie's going to be there. Right?
Game time.
So I pull up. I baked bread for this, right? Because like a potluck, I've been baking bread just for fun.
Yeah.
And I bring the bread. And I'm like, okay, sweet. Rosie's not there. Hour goes by. 2 hours goes by. She finally pulls up, right? She's got her dog in tow. It's like, oh, what's up, Rosie, right? Talking to people and so on. We're like, oh, Rosie, like, why were you late, by the way?
I don't know. It's sometimes you show up fashionably late. It's just a thing to do. Cool.
Well, that's not
Cool
what
kids.
I said.
No,
Cool kids.
no.
Cool
Rosie
kids.
said, guys, I had sex 3 times today. I'm so happy. This is what did you say? It was, oh my God.
Are you there just holding the cake?
So
I'm
this-
sitting there at the table, right? Rosie's across from me.
Right.
And my buddy's like, oh, Rosie, so like, what were you up to today? And Rosie's like, guys, like, I'm actually like really tired. I was up all night having sex. And meanwhile, she's been posting all this stuff like in my celibacy era, like day 21 without sex, like all this, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. Like circle back in the new year. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. You over there looking at her tweets. Oh, she's
right. In her celibacy era. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
And then she drops by.
The day that I'm going to see her.
I just got digged down
Yeah.
3 million times.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I picked this guy up at Denny's at like 3 a.m.
Oh my God! It was a Denny's night.
And then meanwhile, you're there with the cake
Freshly
that you
baked bread.
freshly baked bread that you're about to give her.
Yeah.
Now just tears is
So-
just hitting the bread.
For sure. So she takes the bread, right?
Ah,
She takes a slice. she takes like one bite.
right.
And she feeds it to her dog.
Nom, nom, nom. No. my dick tastes better. That dick I had last night tastes a little bit better. Here, Jack, why don't you eat this?
Crazy.
Okay, listen.
It was over after that.
It has to be. And any man, with that level of disrespect, you just gotta.
It wasn't disrespect to me.
I know.
It's just. Okay, I mean, yeah, right. We've talked about this on the podcast, but I was in this situationship with this guy that I really liked, and so I wasn't really thinking about other people as romantic interests. I was just like, I like this guy. Right. And we kind of had friend zoned each other a little bit, where I was just kind of like, oh, we're friends now, and like, yeah, I'm super open with my friends, right? And it was this tech event actually. So what happened was we were doing this.
So, were you pulling up to tech events saying I've been getting dick for?
Yes.
Yeah. She does. Yeah.
Yeah, I say this to like 300,000 people on Twitter. You don't think I'd say it to a group of 20 friends?
Yeah, fair.
It was a tech event, but it was like friends. So it was like all founders is what I mean by it wasn't like some industry professional thing. Sure. But yeah, we were going around in a circle. Just everyone was like, oh yeah, what was like your rosebud and thorn? Like what was like, how do you even explain this to normal people? Like what was something that made you happy? Yeah, right? Like something you're excited for, something that was like, yeah. And so I was just like, yeah, like my rose was, I had really good sex. Like, right? That's just how I was thinking about it. I wasn't thinking that deeply. And in my defense, John had this beard at the time. Just like this big like mustache and beard. And I wasn't into it. He just right. I wasn't looking at him as like a romantic interest.
Damn. So at what point did it change for you? At what point?
For me?
For yeah.
Okay, so after that, it got better. Then it got better for John because, well, I guess he stopped being interested in me after that. He stopped shooting his shot.
Yeah.
And I think I was. Oh, I remember. I was hosting a Valentine's Day party.
Oh, so fast forward.
Yeah, you did not go, but Gabe did come. But yeah, so fast forward a month later, February, right? I was hosting this party, and I was inviting people to it. And I invited Matt, which is our mutual friend. He was the guy that hosted the potluck. And while I was inviting Matt, I was like, suddenly I like remember John. I was like, oh, should I invite like some other people in that group? And then I was like, wait a minute. Why was John there? Because the potluck was for this group. It's this founder group called Maker. And it's like all founders. And I was like, John's a YouTuber. Like, why is he at this tech founder group? So then I got curious. So I DM'd John. I was like, are you in Maker? I messaged him and I was like, are you in tech? Like, what do you do? So now I'm like, now I have to be curious about him. Because I guess before I didn't ask anything about him, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm curious.
You didn't know anything about me, actually. Because you were asking, she was like, did you go to Harvard?
No. So,
I'm looking at my YouTube channel. I'm like, yeah.
So I asked him, I was like, are you in tech? Are you a founder? And then he replies, he's like, yeah, he works at this. He's like product lead at Creator Now. Yeah. And then this kind of stuff. So now I'm like, oh, he's smart. He's in, right? Like we have similarities. So now I open his Instagram for the first time. Right, and I read his bio for the first time. I open up, right, there's a graduation photo. I open it, and it's like, oh, just graduated from computer science in Harvard. And then I was like, whoa. Wait. It was like, it's the same reaction when I saw like Hunter in his room, you know? It's like, I was like, Harvard man?
Yeah.
Smart? Founder?
Uh-oh.
So I can't. So then all of a sudden, I'm sending. I'm like, oh, what did you write? I'm like, what did you study at Harvard? He's like, computer science. I'm like, oh, then we start having conversations.
And this is at your fan house party?
Not yet. No. So this was right before that. So now I know who he is as a person. And then I invite him to my party. I'm like, okay, he's like cool enough. Like I'd like to get to know him better. So I invited him to my party. So then he shows up to my party. And this is on Valentine's Day, February 14. And our party, we had this theme. It was like fuck, marry, chill, right? Because it's Valentine's. So we had this wall where like people would write their names on a name tag. Yeah. And then there are little sticky notes where people can shoot their shot. So you can like write like fuck on a sticky note, put it next to someone's name, right? So that's the kind of party I throw. So you can, fuck, marry, or chill. Like you can keep it wholesome. Right, I wrote chill for a lot of people. But yeah, me being the good host that I am, I wrote sticky notes for like everyone on the wall. Because I wanted everyone to have something, right? And everyone to feel like they were loved. Are
you just writing fuck
on good
everybody's names?
Not everyone. Depends on how close. Like if we're close friends, you get like fuck, like deep throat, you know. And and if we're like kind of not that close, it's like chill, right? Yeah. Or like just
what did John get?
So John was in this area now in this vague area of like kind of romantic interest.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm gonna be cheeky. I'm not gonna be boring. But like, yeah, but we're not that close. So I just wrote. So I remember now, way back in December, I'm like, oh, he asked me out on that date, and so I just wrote yes on a sticky note, and I signed my name, and then I put it. She said yeah. It said yes with an exclamation point. And then.
Did you see this?
I saw it. I didn't know how to interpret it.
Right, you answer yes or no.
Right, because there's two interpretations, right?
Like getting fucked or married.
That's what I'm saying. No, because I texted my friends, right? I took a picture of it and I texted my friends. I'm like, guys, what does this mean, right? Like, what does yes mean? And my friends all thought, my friends all thought like, oh, it means yes to all of the above, right? So it's like whatever you want, right? It's like if you want it to be, just like chill, it can be chill. If you want it to be merry, it can be merry, right? And I'm like, oh, reasonable interpretation, right? But then I was like, oh, but I asked her on this date. Maybe it's saying yes to that, right? So there's two interpretations. I'm like, I'm going to ask Rosie, right? So I come to Rosie, like I'm about to leave her party. I'm like, Rosie, like, what does yes mean? And she goes, I don't know, figure it out. And then runs away. And I was like, what? Like, Rosie, you wrote this. Like, what do you mean?
Oh. Crazy. Wow. No, that's really cute. That's actually super wholesome.
Yeah, let me finish that because so then after that John was like, well, it's a green light either way, right? Yes is a green flag. Yeah. So he ended up doing the painting for me, which I talked about before, right? He mailed me this like painting of a rose and like wrote this poem like roses are red, violets are blue, I would really like to go out with you, and then had like a whole return envelope and everything. Like it was one of the cutest things, like cutest ways I've ever been asked out.
So website?
No. So hear me out, right? At this point I'm like, okay, she already said yes. Right, she's like, and I'm interpreting it as like she's gonna say yes to like me asking her on a date. Yeah. But I'm like, I need to ask her properly, right? Like what I'm thinking is she's like, oh, she doesn't want a DM slide, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay,
we tried that.
We tried, right? Didn't work. And so I'm like, you see this? Yeah. So I'm like, what's a cute way to ask her out?
5.8 million views.
Oh yeah, I posted it on Twitter.
Holy shit! Look at this boy. Just asked me out on a date because I said I like flowers, but feel sad when they die. This is stupid cute. And then it's just you drew this rose?
I painted it.
You painted a rose, attached it with a
return envelope,
a paper, dear Rosie, and this is the poem. Roses are red, violets are blue. I would really love to go out with you.
Right.
Yes, no. Check boxes next to both. And then you left a section for comments. Please detach your response and return it in the enclosed envelope.
Yep.
Mail only. What is this? 1792. Paul Revere. You just here. Return it to me by mail.
Paul Revere? 1972.
Oh, 19. I'd be 1792. Some whatever the fuck. Wow, this is cute.
Wait, there's cute because it took him like 4 tries to do this painting.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And he said,
well, I was learning to paint at the time, right? Because that was one of my New Year's resolutions was to learn to paint. So I was like, I really want to paint this flower, but I was sitting there, these took like not that long, but I sit there for like a few hours, just like
each.
No, in
painting.
total.
In total.
I mean, these are tiny paintings. They're like 3 inches by 3 inches, something like that.
Right. But they're still pretty intricate roses. Right. This is that. Oh, that's so fucking cute.
Yeah. So then let me finish up the story. So he sends me this, right, and then it says return an envelope and whatever. But at this point, and you know this, so we started texting now, and it's like the kind of thing where once you start actually talking, like you're like up at 4 a.m. Like we're up at 4 a.m. texting. This is ski trip, right, John?
There's content, right? So after like the weekend after the Valentine's Day party, right?
Yes.
Rosie texts me and she's like, do you want to come to karaoke tonight?
No, you messaged me first. You messaged me out of nowhere. You were like, what are your favorite colors?
That's true. Because I was painting this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what are your favorite colors?
Yeah, out of nowhere. And I was like, he's scheming something.
Wow.
And so I was interested. And then it's a Friday night, and I had other friends texting me about like going to karaoke, right? And again, John is in this world of interest now, and I had just cut off my situationship. So I was like, so we started texting, we started talking and all this stuff, and I was like, do you want to go to karaoke? And then I ended up being lazy, and I stayed in bed, and we didn't go, but we started texting because of that. And then, so yeah, when we went on the ski trip, right, and you made fun of me where I was like always on my phone sending 100 words.
Bro, her fucking screen time must have been 24 hours.
Yeah.
Her screen time is this on the slopes.
No, literally. It was so cold. We were on the mountains, and I take off my gloves to like reply to him, and then I'm like, oh, my hands are cold. I put my gloves back on. Then I go down the slope. Like I was learning how to snowboard, and every time I'm like giving him live updates. I'm like, oh man, this man just fell, and like even the ski instructor is like, who are you texting? Because
She's in love.
Remember the Starbucks?
Huh? The Starbucks, the fucking orders, bro. Like we just woke up. We're just getting coffee. Yeah. Oh my God.
What
Starbucks orders, takes a step to the left, and then like doesn't even like go to, literally orders it, takes a step, half step to the left, and just starts like, I just got
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And then the second,
doesn't even
right, and then we make fun of her. They just made fun of me.
That's true. She was saying that. She was like, wow, Jimmy's making so much fun of me, like blah blah blah. Like, yeah.
No, remember when we were in the car and we were on this van. It's like 8 people in like a 7 people van.
Yeah.
So Jimmy and I had to share a seat, right? Because I'm the smallest and like we're close. So like I'm sitting on Jimmy's lap, but then my phone died. So I needed to charge it. And the only way for the charger to reach my phone was if I was in front of Jimmy, like on the floor of the seat.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I ended up crouching in front of Jimmy's legs so that my phone could reach the charger so I could keep touching
She
John.
is on her knees in between my legs, texting you. And I'm looking down. I'm like, this.
She down bad, literally.
Down bad. Down.
But yeah, I caught feelings for John so fast. Like as soon as we started talking, it was just like, honestly, it was like, oh my God, this is like the man of my dreams. Like everything.
You know what was crazy though? You know what was super funny was like I was at this point I'm eavesdropping because it's right in front of me.
Right, of course.
So I'm seeing that you hitting her with the LOLs, like LOL, and I'm like, wow, he's matching the energy here too. You know?
Right. No, I mean it was reciprocal, right? It wasn't just like her.
Yeah.
Simping,
And then I'm just
wasn't on a trip.
And then I'm just seeing like. This man must be at his bed, kicking his fucking feet up in the air, texting her all day. What is me?
That was a weird week, yeah, because we were up late that week too. Just like we were just obsessed with each other off the rip. Yeah.
And like what? What's there to even fucking talk about? Like
everything. Like we were talking about how. So both of us, when we die, we want to be cremated into ashes and. Like I want to be planted with a seed. I want to be buried in the ground with a seed, and I want to become a tree after death. And John has the same idea. He knows exactly what tree he wants to be. Yeah. So we talk about stuff like that.
How did that spring up?
So we have so he has a flower tattoo. He has a tattoo of peonies, and I was like, oh my God, you love flowers. Like I love flowers. Like I'm obsessed with like flowers and trees. I'm like, I think trees are so cool. Yeah, exactly.
You love flowers? I love flowers too. Oh my, we should go out.
No, but like love, right? Like we had a podcast where I talked about trees with Lonnie for like 15 minutes, and Jimmy was like, "What the fuck?" See, but John was not like, "What the fuck?" John gave me like his 3 favorite trees and like the reasons why, and I'm like, "Wow."
Pine, oak.
No, it's maple. Okay. First of all.
Right. Fuck.
But yeah, so let me finish up the story. But so he was like, return this envelope. But by that time, I had already really liked him. So it was a Sunday, post office is closed. I'm like, I don't want to wait for the fucking post office to like return this to him because I had just come back to town. So what I did was I drove from the east side to west side. It's like a 45-minute drive. So
okay, so for some context here for the viewer, we're going back to the envelope story.
Yes.
Of John's little, well, you go out with me.
You're returning the response.
Yeah, I'm returning my response with him. And I got him a little gift. I got him this little like crystal tree. And I like, I don't know, I put like a little Polaroid picture from the Valentine's Day party because that's kind of how we started talking. But yeah, I didn't want to wait. So I drove west. I drove 40 minutes to hand deliver this to his place. And
I wasn't home at the time. I was on a trip. Yeah. I was traveling at the time. Yeah. I was in Texas.
But the yes, right, that I had written on that sticky note, I cut it from the wall. I like took it out from the wall and then I put it in the return envelope. So I gave him that first yes back to like respond to him asking me out.
You know, I think this is a good time where you should do like a callback to your little middle school jokes. You know, about the yes or no. It's like a cute post-it note moment.
I mean, that's kind of what it was, right? Like,
okay.
That was like the like yes or no, like please like check it off. And,
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah.
Man, you love these little middle school bits, huh? And then,
like I said, once you're in a hole, you got to keep digging.
Yeah, apparently so. And now I am up so good right now. You guys You guys do not understand.
This your tweet?
Oh yeah, that was my response. Yeah, you could see all the stuff I put.
So you attached a little Polaroid of yourself.
I did.
And then
I'm a high effort person. Like I'm not just gonna check a checkbox.
And your reaction to her thing, Rosie. This is fuck. I am bad with words right now. Because I'm actually shell shocked. This is so perfect.
Crazy.
You match my energy exactly, and not only answer the question, but we're so thoughtful.
It's true, I am thoughtful.
It's true.
Like
That was thoughtful.
I'm gonna hang on to that photo forever, and I'm gonna put that tree on my desk, and I will look at it every day. I can't believe you.
It's true.
You are so beautiful, and literally everywhere I see you.
True.
It was cute. Yeah. The next time I went over to his place though, the Polaroid and everything was like on his desk. It was really cute.
I mean, it's sweet, right? Like you put in that effort for for a woman. She puts it in for you. You're like, oh, it's cool. It's reciprocal.
It's reciprocated to an intense degree. To even like, I guess even like it feels like she did more than what you expected. Right?
No, for sure. Like I expected, right? Because I was like, okay, Rosie didn't reciprocate the last time I did this. You know what I mean? Like, I'll make it easy, right? Just like check it, put it in like this pre-addressed envelope, like put it in the mail. You're like playing into the. It's like still cute content for your Twitter, right? Yeah. And it would have been, right? It's like, okay, you still get like really good engagement. I mean, the first tweet alone got like whatever, like 150K likes or something.
I mean, you didn't even know I was gonna tweet it though.
In my head,
you had a feeling.
In my head, that was part of like, okay, there's something here with content. Right? Where it's like, this is content for you. Because also at this point, right, it's context, right? We had been, like, through the week that we've been talking.
Oh, I had tweeted about him a few times.
You were tweeting about me a few times, and it was already getting, like, really crazy engagement.
No, but you mailed this out before.
I did mail this before that. But, like, the whole, like,
wow.
Yeah, because there were also some, like, scripted tweets in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What was some of the tweets that went viral?
Really cute stuff.
I just love honeymoon moments because it's just so... I don't know. It's so cute. It's so beautiful. It's so heartwarming. And it's like when you guys were up like fucking 12 hours a day talking to each other, I'm just like, bro, it's just.
This was my first tweet about him.
This is
like this is when first night we were talking kind of thing.
Okay, so we're still in the honeymoon phase. We're still, just.
Well, this is also like this is during the week where we didn't really know like if we. Because, right,
like
Rose, I didn't know what the status was. You know what I mean? Because I had, like, kind of asked her out, but not really. Because I was only asking her out in that thing that she hadn't opened yet on that trip. Yeah. She hadn't received it because, like, it didn't arrive in time before you left. So I actually didn't know what, like, our status was.
Talking stage, guys. Talking to a guy who refers to the talking stage as learning your lore.
Yeah, great line.
And I think it's so cute. Like, yes, sir. Let's go kill goblins and complete side quests. And we're going to Varrock next. and then what do you guys talk about? Incredible favorite Disney character movie before I go to sleep. Very important, Rosie.
Very important Rosie lore.
Sure. Yeah.
She's just really cute. Yeah, everything like he learned about me, he kept referring to as like Rosie lore, and I was really into it.
And then Jasmine is a very pretty name. That's a good flower name. Yes, it is also my favorite flower.
True.
Good lore to know.
Flowers. There you go.
You're so small. This is funny lore to have. I love you. True. I love that you refer to any detail as lore. But yes, I am small. So okay. I guess this is all part of your lore, guys.
Yes.
I see.
And then I think I had a bunch of like other tweets about him that went viral during this time too. There was the one where
people listening in on this could not feel more single.
Is that how you feel?
Yes.
Oh, this one? Yeah. This was when he asked me out.
Very single.
Or he was like, I want to see you before you leave or something like that.
Okay. So so Rosie wrote, I spent literal months begging a man to take me out on a date, and he always had a reason why he couldn't. This guy I just started talking to for a few days moved his whole flight so that he could see me the minute I'm back in town and take me out.
That's crazy.
If he wanted to, he would.
There were a lot of comments on that were like people being mad about it, though, weren't there?
I mean, a lot of people were like, well, some people can't move their flights, like blah, blah, blah. But it's like, again, the whole point is like, it's the effort, right? Yeah. It's just like willing to put in time to see you, even when it's not convenient for them. And again, it's just like the comparison to my situationship where it was like, yeah, like not a lot of effort versus like John was just such a breath of like fresh air of like, oh, this is what it's like to be liked and to be wanted.
Especially when you juxtapose like your shitty situationship right after you, like that was just like night and day. Yeah. So timing also kind of worked out in your favor. And then going back to that tweet, you attached a text between you guys.
Right.
And John goes, I moved my flight. When do you get in tomorrow? And then you wrote the time. You wrote, I would love to see you before I head out of town. If you're not too exhausted from the trip and travel, I could plan something. Yeah, my evening is free. Smiley face.
And then we didn't get to see each other because our flight got delayed. Yeah. We got stuck.
That's right.
And I didn't get to see John. It was actually really sad.
I remember that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I had to spend an extra day with Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's lame. And then I actually want to get into some of the comments that the girls are tweeted. Hoy, nothing is more hotter than someone who takes initiative, knows what they want, and respect the outcome regardless of whether or not it goes their way.
True.
I know. I turned to John. I was like, more hotter.
And then Rosie goes,
feels so sexy. Like, effort is the sexiest thing on a man.
And then, oh God, the girls are just, the yes queens are coming out.
No, I think it's just so...
Effort is so attractive. Even though we're just having fun and dating casually to get to know each other, real men put in effort and keep their word.
I mean, a lot of women, and to be fair, men too, right? Like...
What one man can't do, another man is fully capable.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you guys.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. You ruined it for guys. you like I put in bare minimum. Now I'm losing.
We gotta do more.
Right? The less we do, the less they expect.
We was chilling.
And we was chilling until this man killed the game.
But this is before we like went on the date still. So this is still just texting state.
This is literally all women want. Screenshots of you, of course.
I don't remember this one.
Really? This is really cute.
Are they pretty? No. You're the only pretty woman. I'd rather be in hell than alone.
No. Okay, so this is contact, right? Like, Rosie's like, she's sending me all these, and you still do this to some extent, where you're like, do you think she's pretty? Right? And I'm like, what do you say to that? If a girl says, do you think she's pretty?
Well, is she sending you random girls' Instagram?
Random girl, like e-girl models, whatever, right? Like people on Instagram who would like, I don't know, say like your average like 90K, 100K, whatever, like
Instagram models. Yeah,
Instagram models, yeah.
So immediately
your girlfriend says, do you think she's pretty? Or the girl you're talking to, do you think she's pretty?
So instantly like time stops and I start sweating a little bit.
Right, wrong answer though, right? You wouldn't say yes. Cause then it's how pretty is the follow up.
Is that the follow?
No, the follow-up's like, huh? Oh, you think she's pretty? Oh, so go with her. Be with her then.
Oh, that's a toxic answer. What are you expecting?
Yeah, who are you talking to, Gabe? That's crazy.
Oh, no, that's what I hear. For me,
so what are you thinking? Like,
no, Rosie's also weird though, because Rosie will look at these people and be like, and genuinely be like, do you think she's pretty? I can't tell. And she actually, like, you actually mean that sometimes, no?
I'm trying to remember the content. I don't know. Sometimes I do. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I want to know from a man's perspective if a person is pretty or not.
The man that you're crushing on?
Like in general.
The man you're crushing on, and like you want his attention and affection, and now you're sending these Instagram, his way. What do you think about this bad bitch?
Here's my thing sometimes is like right, like you can't tell how attractive you are, right? So a way that I reference attractiveness sometimes is like, oh, well, I can tell how attractive this girl is to me. Then I ask another person, like, how pretty is she? And is she prettier or not prettier than me? Because then I know how attractive I am. based on the references of all these people. It's like a data thing. Does that make sense? Right. So sometimes it's in that context, and other times it's in a very like sometimes, right? I look at women, I get horny. I'm like, damn, like boobs, and I'll send them to John, and I'm like, dude, like, would you hit? Because I would hit. It's almost like a bro, like it's like what you would do with your guy friends, like you said.
So what would you say? What would you say? Because for me, I have this bit, right, where whenever she's like, it's like kind of like a bit, but it's like, oh, do you think she's pretty? Like, no, you're the only one I even look at. Right. You know what I mean? It's like that's obviously not true that she's the only woman that I look at.
Wait,
I perceive women.
Right.
You perceive women.
No, it's bad because I say the right thing too, man. I know the answer. Like no shit. They're yes. Yes, if I'm single, I'm sliding, right? But it's like, yeah, in that moment, the girl I'm dating, I'm talking to, of course, you know, and I got hit with this too. Like
why you take my tea?
I got hit with, like I think I was like, this is like back in New York. I was like, oh, the girl I was talking to at the time, I was like, hey, you know, I'm gonna take you to see the New York City, like, you know, skyline. It's one of my favorite spots.
Okay. Take you to one of my favorite spots.
Yeah, and then she goes like, "Oh, you must take all the girls here, huh?" Mm-hmm. Right, and then in the back of my head, I'm like, "Yes, that's why it's one of my favorite spots." I've vetted this spot multiple times to know that I like this better than the restaurants, better than the bars.
You can never
this
take
is
a girl
romantic.
There again if they watch the show.
This is romantic. We always make out here. So yes, this is my favorite spot. But then what did I say? Because then I think what came out, I texted back, yes, I did take girls here, you know. Quite frankly, this is why it's my, because I've seen this spot so many times to know this is my favorite spot. But and I'm gonna take you here, and whether you like it or not, it's a beautiful fucking like skyline view of New York City. It's the best skyline view. Yes, I've taken girls here, and it's a beautiful skyline. You want to come or not?
Yeah.
something like that.
Real.
Yeah, and then she was like, fair. And then I sent her a picture of the skyline. And I was like, what do you think?
Yeah.
I'm like, I could take you to a shittier spot. But quite frankly, this is the best one. So,
right.
Yeah. What women in their little tests, their little.
But it's not a test. It wasn't a test when I sent it. But the way he reacted was so cute that and this one is random too because I was just talking about like a SZA song. You know that. Kill Bill.
With you. No, Snooze or Kill Bill?
No, Kill Bill. Like, rather be in hell than alone. That's that line. And he responded to it. He was like, that's unhealthy. And I was like, no, it's a SZA lyric. And he was like, the thing is, you're the only woman. I don't listen to any woman except for you, is the thing.
That's funny. That's just funny.
That was good. I was like, he's got Riz. That's Riz.
This is a SZA reference. I don't listen to anyone except for
That's Riz.
Oh man, this is just so. Oh like, man, the honeymoon phase, the talking stage is just so fun when you got these cute little messages going on. This is how y'all know it's heading towards a relationship.
Oh
like,
yeah,
if you guys are not like having these little banters back and forth, you know, like this is what love looks like, guys.
No, I was so cuffed. Like from the time I started tweeting. Yeah. I mean, me tweeting screenshots of flirting, like public, like I was cuffed. Like no man was like hitting on me after that. Right.
And not only that, like these little one-liners he's throwing at you. Oh my God, it must be like.
No, you guys need to use this actually. Like if you're talking to a girl and she's like, "Oh, do you know this Taylor Swift song or something like that?" Just hit her with the "I don't listen to women except for you." Then you don't have to listen to Taylor Swift, and now she's happy. It's like win-win.
Yeah. I don't know. Is that witty? That's flirting?
I
think it's flirting. I mean, it's just like the thing that I have struggled with before, and that I think a lot of guys struggle with, right, is like, when do you actually just be honest, like what you're saying, or when do you like tell a little joke, right? Because you don't want to lie. You don't want to be like, oh yeah, I know that lyric. Of course I listen to SZA, right? But it's like, no, like I don't know that lyric. But like it's an opportunity to turn it into like a fun moment where it's like, oh, like I'll make Rosie feel good. Like it's funny. We'll have a little laugh.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And it's like, you know, when the girl I was talking to asked me, oh, do you take all the girls here? It's like, do I lie? And like, no.
Right. You don't want to lie.
I've only taken, I'm
Yeah.
only going to, I have.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Or you, like, to John's point, you could hit it with a witty line. Like, I feel like I would do something like, yeah, but it's my first time taking you here. You know?
It's my first time taking you here. Yeah.
So then you don't lie, but you're not getting into all the women you've seen.
Right. Exactly.
Why'd you take my tea?
Oh, shit, my bad.
He got so worked on you. He's like,
Yeah, ever since Japan, this is my water now.
No.
Okay, so the talking stage, very cute. When did you make a move?
I did. Okay, Rosie did. To be like exclusive
On a date.
Oh.
Right. On the first date, maybe second date.
What was our first date? Remind me. I'm kidding.
Can I tell this story?
Yeah.
You know, you guys were the first people I texted as soon as, okay. So, right, I was in this talking stage, and I kept texting Jimmy and Gabe what I was like, because I really wanted to be in my celibacy era. I meant it. I was like, guys, I usually fuck on the first date, but I'm not, but I'm a changed woman.
You said you've never done that before.
No. So I'm a changed woman.
Why we watch Andrew Tate.
I was like, I'm a changed woman. I'm not gonna fuck him on the first date. I'm like, at least 3. You know, I'm gonna hold it in. So we had a dinner date planned for Friday, and then what happened was on Wednesday, I was out at dinner with my friend Eric, and then I had some like bread pudding that I couldn't finish, and I don't like wasting food, right? Yeah. And I was like, oh, John likes bread. And then Eric was there, and Eric gassed me. Eric was like, dude, like, text him, like, ask him, like, tell him you'll bring it over and, like, hang out. Yeah. And so I texted John. I was like, I have bread pudding from the restaurant. Do you like bread pudding? I can, like, bring it over. I don't want to waste it, but I can't finish it. And John's like, oh, yeah, like, come over. So I come over on a random Wednesday night. I'm like, I'm just going to drop the bread pudding.
We had a date scheduled for Friday.
I was like, I'm just going to give him some bread, like, hang out for a little bit and then go home. Because I have work in the morning. I have work at, like, 9 a.m. on Thursday. I'm like, no way. Right, right. So come over, give him bread pudding. He was actually baking bread at the time, so he ended up inviting me. We ended up baking some bread together. We like put little flowers on it. It was really cute. And then while waiting for the bread to bake, we sat on the couch and like just talked about stuff, right? Like kind of like share life stories and like I actually remember pretty well, but he like put his arm around me.
So this is the first time you guys are meeting up.
Yeah, hanging out one on one.
In the context of like, oh, we're talking to each other because we'd seen each other, right? Obviously in person before.
Sure. But first time one on one. He like puts his arm around me like this, and then I was like, okay. So then I lean into him, and now we're kind of cuddling on the couch. And then we talk.
I'm hard already.
We talk, you know, and then it's 12 a.m. And me, being the celibate girl that I was gonna be,
right?
I was like,
gonna be it's funny.
I was like, oh, it's late. I should head home.
Yeah.
Right. And I pick up. I had my bag on me. I grabbed my bag. I'm about to put on my shoes, and then John goes, well, you could also stay over if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's 12:30 at night.
He was like, listen,
drive to the other side of LA.
He was like, listen, I know it's really late. Like, you can stay. Like, be safe. You know, good reasons. And like, I'm not that strong. Okay, me putting on my shoes. That was a lot of self-control.
You folded in half a second. You were. I mean, you were. Okay, I also asked, right? Because Rosie's like on her way out. She's like sighing. She's like. Like, such a long drive home. Like it's so late. I'm so tired. I'm like, fair enough.
She made it easy for you to riz.
Right. She's like on her way out. She's like, okay, I'll head out now. I'm like, oh, you can also stay.
I was enjoying my time too. But yeah, John was like, you can also. Right, my bag's on my shoulder. Let me reenact.
Yeah.
Right? I'm my bag. My bag's on my shoulder. John's like, you can also stay if you want. Like it's really late. I'm like. Okay. Drop the bag. I'm like, all right. Where's your toothbrush and toothpaste? Yeah, I was like, you have an extra toothbrush? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And so I'm brushing my teeth.
Wow, I washed. You had the extra.
Yeah, he had face. He had cleanser,
You had makeup removers.
I didn't have makeup removers.
Like face wash.
Okay.
So
I
wash
face
my
wash
face.
myself.
Right.
And
by the way, makeup removers like keep that on the in
Right.
the bathroom just in case for girls to sleep over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
Ran through. But anyway,
I mean,
if I came to a guy's place, he had makeup remover. Ran through. But anyways, but hear me out. I was still gonna be like, I'm staying celibate though, right?
Okay.
I mean, there were all these things, right? It was just like little things. Like if a girl is planning on like hooking up, or me at least, like I'm gonna have on sexy underwear, right? Like I'm gonna be shaved, like all this stuff.
You had the granny panties on that.
I did not feel attracted. It was not right. I was hanging out with a friend Wednesday night.
Yeah,
okay,
you dropping off some bread.
I looked like I would on a Wednesday night.
Right.
So I was like, nothing's gonna happen. We're just gonna sleep, maybe cuddle a little bit, be cute, right? So washed up, like all this stuff, and then we get into bed, and we started talking, and then John does this really cute thing that I am really into, right? I tell you, I'm really into like the cute, innocent, like kind of awkward, like kind of guy. But John does this thing where he turned to me and he was like, I'm really nervous asking this, but I really want to ask to kiss you. And I was like, oh. In my head, I'm like, because I can't say no. I'm like, there's no way I can say no to this. But I also know I kiss this man, I'm gonna be hard. I'm gonna be horny.
Wait, what? Pause.
Yeah, she's a wreck.
So like, I pause for like a sweet second, and then I kiss him. So we start making out. And then
that's really sweet though of you to ask.
Of course.
Like you guys were just cuddling like that, and then.
I mean, yeah, because we'd also talked, right, about how we didn't, and like this was me too. Even at that stage, right, I'm like, I actually do just kind of want to kiss her, right? I'm like, but I mean, in that context, it's like it is what it is. But no, we had talked about like how we wanted. And in my head, Rosie had been like perceived as this like sexual object by the internet. A lot of times for like jokes, you know what I mean, right? Like, and people don't fully understand that. Like a lot of dudes will be like, "Oh, she's actually this like crazy whatever," right? All this, and so it's like, okay, I don't want to be perceived in that category because it's like I actually see this like really cool person. And so it's like, no, I'm not trying to be like, oh, let's just like come over and we'll like immediately hook up, whatever, like all this. You know, it's like no, like we'll take it at a respectful pace, whatever.
Right. So John was holding back too. He also didn't want to hook up.
And we had that conversation. Like we had like explicit conversations about this. Where like even because I don't know if you remember this, but like when I would make when we would make jokes and they were like sexual jokes, right? You would be like, actually, I don't want to make these jokes with you, which was crazy for me. Because of like the public persona that you have.
Yeah. No, I really. When it's I really want it to be romantic and to take it slow. So yeah, we had talked about like, let's not hook up on the first date. Like we had said that explicitly.
Okay.
But anyways, this wasn't a date. This was me dropping off bread pudding.
It's a loophole.
So then we start making out. Fast forward, it's 4 a.m. and then I text the group chat. I text you guys. I don't know if you remember this, but I was like, guys, I didn't make it to the first date. The negative day.
Yeah, on day 0, she fucked.
Crazy.
Wow.
And here we are.
Wow. Yeah.
Then I was back at his place Thursday night.
Oh man,
that was a crazy week too.
It's crazy because she hopped on the podcast. She was like, "Oh my gosh, he fucking blew my mind and my back."
This is true.
Yeah, and I was just like, fuck
oh my god, wait, can I tell the story about so when we had like 3 back-to-back, right? So it was so funny because so now it's John's turn to be the guy that's like, oh, I just had sex 3 times back-to-back. And I was literally leaving his place, and I think the timestamp is like 5:01 p.m. or something, but I texted you guys, I texted your chat, and I was like okay, and we've talked on the podcast before, right? Like we've talked about like small dick, right? Like 4 inches is enough, and I fully believe that. Like I am a small dick girly, like through and through. Like I can come with that. But I remember texting you guys 5:01 p.m. and I was like, guys, I think I might be getting converted to the other side.
Hung. My man is hung.
And it was so funny to me because I told John about this later, and he has the exact same timestamp, 5:01 p.m. Right? Like he texted his boys exact same time I'm leaving about the sex tape. And do you remember what you said? Okay, he showed me this message, and it's like jokingly, right? But I was like, guys, I'm getting converted. Sex was great. And John's message to his boys, same time, was, guys, I think I'm in love. Which is our personalities in a nutshell.
Which is, I mean, for the record, right? That's how guys are, like we're emotional creatures at the end of the day. If we're in love, we're in love, right? Mm-hmm. And yeah. Meanwhile, you guys just see us as a piece of dangling meat.
It's true.
It's
true.
Unbelievable.
I'm so sorry. Right? I will work on myself. I'll do better. I
mean, for the record though, that's beautiful. For real. That's now on the topic. I did have a couple questions. Who has the higher sex drive?
I think we're pretty in line. Yeah.
Fire.
I don't think it's ever like
she wanted more. Okay. Word.
Yeah. I guess you just initiate more usually, right? But it's never like I'm always down.
Yeah. Yeah, like just one little kiss on the neck.
All right.
I know how it goes. I mean, I don't know. Like when you're in a relationship, though, it's like initiating sex becomes different, right? Because when you're first hooking up with someone, it's kind of it's a little tense, it could be a little awkward. But then once you're in a relationship, it's like I don't know, just anything turns.
That's true. I look at him and I'm horny. Like I'm horny right now.
Yeah. So like anything turns you on. Like you've been giving him a hand job out on the table. We don't even know, So it's like, no, that's how it, probably at EDC, like when we weren't looking.
No.
No, we disappeared sometimes.
It's true. Well, Jimmy disappeared.
That's true.
we barely saw Jimmy.
I did disappear. But yeah, was there any like awkward kinks that y'all had to like work out in the bedroom in the beginning? Because it's like for me, sometimes when it's like with a new partner, it could be a little awkward. It could be bad. And then it gets a lot better after we kind of figure out each other's bodies, right? Because with a new person, it's a whole new body you kind of got to figure out, right? And then,
right.
The proportions of y'all are like this. No, okay, no. Are like this, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, is it this, or is it?
What the fuck? Are you
but you get my question, right?
Sure. I mean, well, we've talked about this, but one, I think John and I are very physically compatible. Like I think. Well, the first time afterwards the first time I was kind of like, it's big. I was like, I'll text my friends. I was like, I don't know if I like
big ones.
If I like it.
Yeah.
It's big, like, and I've talked about, right, like, because sometimes it can hurt.
Yeah.
Right, and like, but John and I have this thing that I've talked about where after sex, John will be like, comments, questions, concerns.
Who started that? Did you?
It was you.
Really?
It was definitely you. And then I will just go down through. I was just like, yeah, like that could have been a little slower, or like
this
like
was hard to adapt to. Actually, Rosie's one of the most like, and you don't mean it in a mean-spirited way, right? But you can be really critical. Right?
Sorry,
not of like things that are like pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so the essays, like the essay that I sent earlier, right? When I sent that initially in our talking phase, right? We're being lovey-dovey. We're being nice to each other. She reads the essay and she tears it apart. I mean, she roasted the ending. And this is an essay that I wrote. And my professor, who's like a critically acclaimed, like literary guy, he gave it an A. He was like, this is great, like minor notes, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Rosie reads it. She's like, yeah, I just didn't like the ending. Like, this part didn't make sense. Like, blah, blah, blah. You tore it apart.
No, stop.
This is the same thing with a lot of things.
First, I was like, overall, it's really nice. Like, I enjoyed it. And, I feel like it was a little confusing. You could have let it up like a little better here and like wrapped up some stuff, did some callbacks. I mean, you get me. Like, sometimes I get feedback on the show, and I'm just like, this person's like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm just very, very analytical, like, very detail-oriented on these things.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that was sex. Like, even, like, overall, like, I'll be like, the sex was 10-10. And, like, this part could have been a little slower, and, like, like, you did this for slightly too long, and, like, I feel like initiation could have been, like, a little... Because I just...
No, you do this after or during?
After.
Oh, okay.
Like, after we both... we're happy, we're cuddling.
Yeah. Now, sometimes I do it during.
That's crazy.
Y'all ever do it? Y'all ever like it's not hitting right? I was like, hold on, slow down. Like what you should like. What I like is like this motion, right? And then
right. No, there's like definitely some
sometimes,
of that.
Like sometimes there is like slow down a little, but like never. Maybe I should. What if I did?
But I think what was hard to adapt to is like the like bullet points, right? Where it's like
bullet points,
right? And it's like, but it's like not like because in previous relationships, all my previous relationships, if my partner was like criticizing me, and this wasn't healthy, by the way, right? But if my partner was criticizing me, it was like a big deal, right? If it's like, oh, like this thing that you did, like I didn't appreciate that. It's like we're on the verge of breaking up. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of women can be like that, where it's like a lot of people, and not just women, but like bottle things up.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I won't say a negative thing because I don't want to create drama or I don't want to have an argument or whatever. But Rosie's not like that at all. Like if there's something that's like bothering you, you generally say it almost right away. Even if it's like a minor inconvenience.
Right.
It took me a while to actually realize like, oh, that's not like toxic, right? Or like
that's actually
it's actually very
dope.
healthy. No, it's great. Yeah.
The communication there is amazing.
No, it's 10 out of 10. Yeah. But it was so uncomfortable to start because like, and this is also like me maybe not being a good communicator in past relationships because I'll do the same thing where it's like, oh, I'll bottle things up, right? And it's like, no, actually, there's like room in our relationship if there's like a minor thing that you're doing for me to like say it and it not to be a big deal. You know what I mean? And that was crazy for me because if I said that in previous relationships, it'd be like, oh, so do you hate me or whatever?
Yeah. No. It's this is actually a good point because I think explicit communication in relationships is so good. And you know who does this really well? Just kind of like a tangent, like of Zach. Zach, like Zach, he talks about everything a lot in great detail, just making sure everybody's fine.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm always like. Literally over communicate. Like ask everything.
Because that way there's no misunderstandings. There's nothing gets left like misinterpreted for bad meanings. And man, it's just like sometimes we're human. We interpret things weird, different, and that communication like solid to relationships. So, okay.
I'm sorry if sometimes I'm too critical though.
No. I like this is just like talking phase where it was like for me it was weird for me to like
getting bullet points.
I think I told you this too.
Yeah.
No,
are you
like,
taking notes by the way? Are you like oh shit?
Well, no, like because immediately after like the essay is the one that stands out for me where it's like oh I sent you this essay and I'd sent this to some other people before right because it's like it's like essay I wrote for school I'd like shared it with people like like
you were ready to get gassed up
basically. It's a good essay.
Oh man, the things women do to a man's
Virgo
ego.
in me. You're a Virgo too.
Yeah, got ego.
Oh man, Virgo dating Virgos.
Yeah, that.
Crazy.
That's dynamic.
Let's see.
You never give me any notes though. That's actually really annoying. Like I want to get better, and I always ask him too. Comments, question, confirms, and he's just like, ugh.
No, you good? Yeah.
He's like, no.
Just slapped.
I'm like even the smallest thing. Like if there's the smallest thing. Thank you.
Start criticizing.
No, I think.
Yeah, you could arch your back a little more there.
No. You know what? Girls need help on like giving head. I feel like. What? Girl, yeah, they don't know how to do it.
Isn't this how Call Your Daddy came to fame?
They started giving advice on giving head.
Yeah, the Gluck Gluck 9000 or whatever.
No. It's a Gluck, but then you gotta mix it with hands.
That's the Gluck Gluck 9000.
Okay, that's how it came to be. Yeah. No, that podcast is super necessary, and even that sometimes they don't know how to fucking do it, you know? And it's like, that's why guys can't come from head, is because if you do it right, you could, you know? Would you ever like if say you weren't, it wasn't hitting, right? Is that something you would like talk about, bring up?
In what way?
And like, hey, I don't like that. No. Right? Like, say it was just like mid head.
Yeah, I would say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then would you teach her? Would you?
Yeah, but there's a kind way to do it, you know? And again, it's like the thing with the honesty from before where it's like you could say it in a way, right, where you're like kind of being mean and being honest. Like, oh, that's mid, right? Or like, oh, like, you know, that's bad, whatever. You're doing a bad job. You need to do better, right? Or you could be like, oh, could we try this? You know what I mean? Like, oh, what if we tried this? Or like being curious about it rather than, right? And like asking questions. Because then it's like comfortable and you're on the same team rather than like oppositional of like, you need to do this thing for me and or whatever. Yeah. It's like, no, you're both trying to get to the same point.
No, I remember one of my boys, he gave like a demonstration on how to give head to a banana. And then he was just straight guy. Just, let's see, the thing girls are doing wrong. They're not doing this. All right? And then I'm like, you know, yeah, sometimes they visual learners. Anyways.
Will you do one of those demonstrations for me? Like on a banana?
We'll talk later.
Right? You gotta. Anywho, when'd you ask to be the? When'd you ask her to be your girlfriend?
So. You asked me to be exclusive.
That's true. Oh. That was pretty crazy of me. I have no idea why I did that.
How many weeks? How many days?
It's like 2 weeks into like talking.
Oh.
She locked it in.
2 weeks into hanging out in person.
Yeah.
And I was like,
how you bring it up? Just like,
well,
do you joke about it? Like,
no.
hey,
Well, here's the thing, right? So, I was obviously like talking to people and like I had some dates
lined up.
Not like scheduled, but like we had talked about, oh yeah, we should grab lunch sometime, like this and that. And like again, I'm an over communicator because my boundaries are very different than most people. So when I'm talking to someone that I like, I like tell them everything. I'm very transparent. I'm like, John, like, would it bother you if I went on dates with other people, right, while we're in this talking phase? And he was like it would bother me for sure. Like it would make me like, you know, reevaluate and rethink, but like it's not like a deal breaker. And I remember hearing that, and I was like, well, I really like him and I really want to be with him. Yeah. And like these other things, dates could be cool, whatever, but like not worth making him doubt the relationship because that's where I wanted to go. Like I knew I wanted to be in a relationship with this man. Yeah. So I almost did it. Like I didn't care about him being exclusive at all. I was like, I need to like stop myself from being a whore before I go, right? Like I need to just set rules for myself.
Especially since you fuck on the first date. You know, that's, you know what I'm saying?
So then I was like, we should be exclusive. I was just like,
yeah, you knew where it was okay.
So. Yeah, because I was just like, if me seeing other people bother you, then I'm not gonna see other people. Let's just be exclusive then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's good. That's really good. And I know you were trying to be chill about it, but at that moment, I know how you felt, brother. You know.
What do you mean?
I mean, yeah. Oh, I have all these other dates lined up. I got nothing. I just got you.
No, I mean for me,
I mean, did you have other dates lined up?
So I'm kind of crazy. I cancel everything as soon as we start talking.
Wow.
Because I'm like, look, I actually like. Because my strategy with going after Rosie was like, I'm going to find like the person who I think is the coolest person in the world, right? Like the most beautiful, the funniest, like the smartest. I'm going to shoot my shot. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And like, so why would I go on dates with other people if that seems to be working out? Like, I'm just going to do everything I can. Now that it's like working, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that it works. So like, because imagine how bad I would feel if I fumbled because I went on a date with someone like nowhere near as cool as Rosie. You know what I mean? Like that would be, I'd be up late at night thinking about that.
I'm not gonna lie, like I'm over here holding a gun to her head. You better not fuck this up.
Right.
I'm like, yo, this is a good man.
I appreciate you for that.
Yeah. all these little dates you got scheduled, you canceling them.
I did.
What you mean? No. Shut the fuck up.
You're right. You're right. Thank you, Jimmy. But yeah, so I asked him to be exclusive 2 weeks in, and then April 1st, we went out on this date. We went tulip picking. I know, yeah. April 1st, Jimmy. Day. On April Fool's Day, we went tulip picking, and then we decided we were gonna like cut each other bouquet, like, and then give it to each other. And then when we gave each other the bouquets, he asked me out.
It was a cute moment.
Yeah.
Like it was just like for me in my head, I was like, it's April Fool's. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, it was just like for me, I don't see a huge difference between dating and exclusive. Like backing off.
The second you start talking, I'm exclusive.
No. But like, right? Rosie asked me. She's like, "Do you want to be exclusive?" But we're not dating yet, and we were in that stage for a couple weeks. And I was like, "So what's the difference between exclusive and dating?"
There's a difference.
What's the difference?
Okay, to me, it's like literally a label. It's like there's more expectation. There's more like commitment to it, and it's also right being boyfriend girlfriend. Like there's also something you're communicating to the world too. Like this is my boyfriend is very different than this is someone I'm seeing and we're exclusive. Come on.
Exclusive and boyfriend and girlfriend boyfriend and girlfriend is like I'm locked down.
Yeah, but exclusive is like we're seeing
Isn't that what
this
exclusive means?
No.
Wait, so what's the difference?
There's
Explain.
levels.
Educate me.
There's levels to this shit, bro.
Okay.
There's exclusive.
Yeah.
There's exclusive. Then there's boyfriend girlfriend. Then there's marriage.
All right. So what's the
and then there's
what's the
kids.
difference between exclusive and boyfriend girlfriend? Like what are you doing differently when you're exclusive versus boyfriend girlfriend?
You still have like 3 toes out the door.
So you're saying it's like easier to back out of?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like to me, exclusive is like I'm seeing if we should be in a relationship.
Yeah.
When you're in a relationship, then it's like I'm seeing if we might get married. I'm like I'm seeing if we're gonna
Yeah.
Like have kids, have a family.
It's a little harder.
Because for me, right, I just treat like the talking phase, like you're like 3 toes or 5 toes out the door, whatever. And then it's like, well, the only difference in my mind between like talking phase and like relationship is like this exclusivity component, right? It's like, oh, I'm not seeing anyone else. Like my toes are, all the way in now. And this is, I don't know, maybe it's just like me and like where I grew up. But like my friends are like, what does exclusive even mean? Like, are you dating now? Like when I would tell my friends that, they'd be like, oh, so you're dating. I'm like, well, no, not technically. We're just exclusive. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like we might as well be dating.
No.
But I also think there's a difference between dating and boyfriend girlfriend again. Like dating is like seeing each other, going out on dates. Right? Like dating is a looser term than like in a relationship.
I think it's all semantics. Like it's just like at the end of the day, it's like, what do you guys agree with,
Sure.
It's
But
like
but I wasn't like when I said let's be exclusive, I was not calling you my boyfriend. Like that's the difference.
I think maybe sometimes for women it's a way slower, longer process.
But yeah, it was funny. So he asked me out and it was cute. He was like, yeah, we've been seeing each other for a while. I really like you. Like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And at the time, dude, I was like, first of all, it's April Fool's Day. Do I really want this to be my anniversary? And then I was also like, am I really ready to like give up being a whore? Being a whore is great. You get this. Like you're
Shut the fuck up. No, it's not.
Okay, but I also, in my head, I was also like, listen, this is the man of my dreams. There's no way that I'm not going to be with him.
Yeah.
So I say yes. We kiss. Blah, blah, blah. I've actually made a joke about this, though, where I'm like, if you ever break up with me, like if John ever breaks up with me, it'd be so funny. It'd be so fucked up, but it'd be so funny when he broke up with me to be like, yeah, this was all an April Fool's joke. Like, April Fool's.
Insurance in the back pocket,
Yeah.
You planned this out.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny.
Right?
That
It'd
would
actually be
pretty
so funny.
Yeah.
I'm giving you permission to do that. Like, if we break up, you can use that bit. It might make me like laugh a little bit too when you're breaking up.
Like in the middle of
I'll be crying.
Weeping tears.
That's funny though.
We did.
That's good.
Yeah. April Fools. Yeah, that's good stuff. Did you make it a whole thing? Did you like? No, just will you be my girlfriend?
Yeah, in my mind, it was like when I make things like okay, it's complicated dating Rosie because it's like some things.
Oh, I couldn't. I could never. Yeah, you know what? You have my utmost respect. As one of her best friends, I'm like, soldier.
No, I mean more in the sense of like, because it's just so much as content, And like,
okay, yeah.
And that's what I mean. Because also like what you're saying, like so much of the like sex jokes and stuff is content at the end of the day. It's just funny. And then people take it so seriously.
Yeah. Do you ever like get a little, it's a little.
Not with content. Like for me, it's like it crosses a line when it's like if it's on like the TL or whatever, like it's public. It's like, you know, like making a flirting joke or whatever. Like I don't care about that because honestly, like it's just like it's the same thing as like if you're flirting with someone, like, you know, whatever, like in a video, right? There's a real component to that, but like if you're in a relationship and you're doing a video where you're like flirting with girls on camera, right? You would have to date someone where they're comfortable with that. They're
cool with that.
And it's just content. Like, and that's at the end of the day, you just have to set your boundaries and make sure your partner doesn't violate them. And so Rosie and I talked about that in depth, which is like, yo, if it's like real, like if it's in the DMs and you're flirting with a guy in the DMs and he's trying to go out and you're flirting, that's not okay. In the same way, any relationship. But if it's on like, if it's public and it's content and it's your friend, you know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, this is actually helping your business. Like, of course, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to step in the way of you making, you know,
she was
building your brand, building your company.
She was doing this
exactly. At the end of the day, if I try and step in, it's like, I'm just not the partner for her. She's got to find someone who can do that.
And I think that's really important to note, because it's like if she was doing this before you came into the picture for content, then she should still be doing this after you come in. I think, again, for content, of course, and it's such a weird fucking thing to say now in 2023, right? 10 years ago, this is what the fuck. But now it's a legitimate reality where people like they need to do this for content, for a living, for their livelihood. And I think with my past relationship, I got a little gaslit into being like, I'm not gonna hit on girls on the street for content anymore.
Right. I see it like comedians, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's just like new form comedian. And it's like if a comedian 10 years ago was like, you know, telling a sex joke or whatever, and their, you know, partner was all up in arms about that, and it prevented that comedian from getting laughs and whatever, like get their Netflix deal. It's like that sucks. Right. And it's not like there's any disloyalty. It's not like they're actually doing anything. So
it's just it's an acknowledgement of the person you're dating is doing this for their livelihood, for their futures. If not, leave.
Right. Well, it's just like, you're not gonna work out in the end. Like maybe for like a few months you can get past like a honeymoon, and it's like, okay, cool, this is all good, like you know. But eventually it's gonna be like they'll resent you. You know, and it won't work.
And I think I've left relationships on the notion that like, since you're not cool with this, we don't have to do this anymore.
I think what John was saying though with the asking me out is like, like there's a lot of stuff, cute stuff he does for me that I end up posting about, because I'm like, this is cute. People like the followers would love this, right? And I always do ask him. I'll always like send a picture, a draft first. I'll be like, can I tweet this? Because some things are, I still believe some things should be private, and like not everything should be for the world to see.
Exactly.
So I think this was one of those moments where he was like, I don't want it to be a whole thing for Twitter.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, cutie pies. And now, you know, I saw you guys at EDC too, just horny and lovey-dovey, leaving the group, doing your own thing.
Jimmy, that was you. Every single day. You left. We lost you.
Hey, now? No, we got into it on the last one, but yeah, I was. Now, to close this off, like, you know, what kind of wedding we're talking about here? Big wedding, small wedding?
It's gonna be outside for sure.
Lots of flowers.
Lots of flowers.
Sunny day.
Okay. Here in sunny California, or like somewhere like a destination wedding?
We're going to Canada.
For a wedding though?
I mean, maybe. We'll see.
No, but
we're moving to
everyone
Canada.
I know lives here.
That was a deal breaker.
Well, yeah. No, this is what we've talked about. This is the timeline. Okay. I think we get married in California because that's where all my friends are, and like all my family.
Right, because you don't have friends back in Canada.
None of my friends in Canada.
Okay, no, but they live in the. A good amount of your friends live in the U.S.
In New York. No, it's true. It's true.
And California has nice weather. Okay, if it's an outside wedding, like, okay, and because I'm making the compromise where after we get married, I'm moving to Canada with him, and we're raising a family there. So if I'm gonna be in Canada for the rest of my life, Like.
Yeah, I think I think it's
it could be anywhere. I honestly don't care.
But anyway, so I'm really torn between. No, I think it'd be a small wedding because I don't see myself as someone that spends a ton of money on a wedding. Like that makes no sense. Like why are we putting like a down payment on a house on a wedding? Like that doesn't make sense. So maybe it's just like smaller side. Yeah, but other times I'm like, it's a rave. Let's throw like, we just get married EDC. There are so many people getting married at EDC.
No.
Not in those little chapels.
That was crazy, actually. Like, people were getting married every day. Did you see it? Were you?
I crashed a wedding. When I was gone.
Does anyone object?
Me. I think I have a video.
What? How do I not?
I love her.
Yeah, he told me maybe go over there, and I was like, "Oh, my bad."
Jimmy.
Oh man, I was.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Why'd you crash it?
Huh?
Why'd you crash it?
That's so funny.
I was gone beyond my mind. I lost the group. I was like, yeah, might as well make the most out of this.
That's so funny.
I went to every little. I went to the karaoke room. I went to the fucking every little booth at EDC that had.
I do remember that.
John told me his favorite EDC memory was of you. Was of you coming back to us talking about the karaoke rooms. Like, yeah.
One of the funniest experiences of my life. Was sitting there with Rosie. Rosie and I were sitting there. We're laughing. We're having a good time. Suddenly, Jimmy hugs me from behind. Like, I found you guys. We're like, what, Jimmy? Where'd you go? And then, oh my god.
Yeah, and then you chug the rest of your tequila bottle. You're like, we keep it moving, and then you grab some guy's chaser. You drink that, and you're like, gotta keep it moving. And then you're like, I'm gonna take a quick nap, and you put the bottle under you as your pillow, and then you just pass out immediately.
Yeah.
Within 5 seconds, then you just sleep
me.
next to it.
That's me. I bet. Yeah.
So fun. And yeah, you talk about the karaoke rooms. It's just so funny. So funny.
Oh shit. Yeah. But wedding. Right.
Smaller
small
side?
wedding.
I don't know, but sometimes I have this problem though. Like every party I host, I start inviting people, and then I feel bad leaving people out, and I'm like, they were nice to me this one time.
Not at our wedding.
Yeah.
At our wedding, no.
Where I'm paying out of pocket, no.
Yeah.
Right.
Instagram mutual, no.
All right. It's
Small
probably gotta be like the close friends.
Like under 100, yeah.
Yeah.
69 people.
69.
That's a good rule. I invite exactly 69 people,
69
just like I keep
people.
it on my close friends. That's
Yeah.
the rule.
How many kids?
3. Well, at least 2. If I still got it in me, 3. Yeah, so we get married like 29, right? And then we moved to Canada around 30, and then
Now, did this come up all as a joke or?
No. No, Rosie's like life plans. We got to make sure they're lined up. We got to,
Yeah, no, because if it doesn't line up now, why am I dating you?
I respect it.
Wow. Like at what point in the did you
Talking stage? I'm not lying. It's true.
Okay, to be fair, you were very like you're eggy. No. Here's my thing. It's like a joke at first. Like sometimes it's like, yeah, we should get married, right?
Right.
Oh my god, you want to die as a tree too? Let's get married. It's like that. And then John would be like, yeah, in Canada. And then I'll be like, okay, where in Canada? Like he eggs me on. We just one up each other. And then eventually
How many kids? 3. Jason and Joy.
Dahlia and like some other flower names.
We'll work on it. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't.
You guys haven't picked out the names yet?
No.
You haven't joked about the names?
We
have
joked
joked
about
about
it.
the
Okay.
Like a boy named Chrysanthemum. You call him Chris for short.
I don't like
Or
it.
a boy named.
Imagine your name is Chrysanthemum. You get beat up at school.
It'd be such a bit though.
He's getting bullied.
Or like-
the teacher, the teachers are not gonna. They do the.
Chrysanthemum is Chrysanthemum here.
No, but think about how much you'll humble him as a kid. Give him like a
I'm
training
not
arc.
humbling my kid getting beat
No.
up.
He's not gonna get beat up.
He's gonna come home with a bloody nose, and you're gonna.
Listen, but by the time he's like grounded, 24, confident, and he's going off to
He
party.
might never get there. He could get killed by the police.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Give him a weird ass name
Okay.
so he gets character development.
Yeah.
No.
And here's my thing. By the time, like, I really like now that I'm like confident and I really like myself. I really like all the things about myself that make me unique, right? I'm like, oh, I love how much my name fits me. I love these things. And it's like, then you can really own that and be like, I'm different. Okay. It's mostly a joke. It's mostly a joke, but hear me out. Another boy named Coriander, and we call him Corey for short. Corey and Chris.
Corey and Chris. Coriander?
I'd rather beat him for development.
Coriander.
There's so many things you can do for character development.
My kids are beating
shovel
your
the
kids
what?
up. Yo.
That's for real. Jimmy's kids are gonna be named like Mike, and he's gonna beat him up.
Yeah, it's just my kids are gonna be
Whatever.
Jason
Because they go to karate for character development or some shit. Like,
well, we'll talk about it. Okay, when we get there, ask me again. But yeah, 29 we get married. I want to get married before 30, and then 30, 31 we move to Canada. By 31, I want to have my first kid because I want to have kids before 35. After 35, it becomes a mess for women. So 31, give it like 2 years. 33, second kid, and if I'm still feeling it, 35, last kid.
What you at now? 20.
I'm 25.
25. Okay, so we got 4.
oh, we got time.
We got time.
Yeah.
We have time.
Yeah, and on the flip side, if this relationship doesn't work out, I need to know by like 26, 27. So then I still have 2 years to find the guy by 29.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so I have.
Yeah.
We talk about both ends. If
Right,
it works
right,
out,
right.
and then if it doesn't, we're very realistic.
Okay, good. Yeah. Wow, fun stuff, guys. Yeah.
But you can't date me for like 4 years and then break up. Like at that point, I'll just kill you.
Like
Really? What would you actually do?
I mean, it would just throw my timeline off. Like at the end of the day.
what if
you
at
can't-
like at 28 you're like, fuck, I'm not feeling
That's what I'm
this
saying.
anymore.
Yeah.
Although you'd be like, yo, I'm 29. Happy birthday to me.
I don't. Well,
Where's the ring?
I'd rather throw my timeline off than be with someone that doesn't want to be with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Right.
No. At that point, it's like a plot twist. She's like, too bad. Look at this belly. I'm like 3 months in.
Actually, what John doesn't know is I've taken my IUD out, and so. I'm just kidding. But every other time, I'm like, my stomach hurts, John. Like,
Now, I think the natural next move is like, all right, when you guys move in together, when like can you guys cohabitate,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we'll figure that
and then I don't know, like a joint thing, bank account. What house do you guys want?
fuck? That just seems so. That's like, to me, that's like marriage.
Oh, really?
That's when you'd have a joint bank account, no?
Yeah, I feel like joint assets are probably marriage.
Yeah.
Living together though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
feel
maybe
like-
talking about what kind of house you guys want.
I want a garden. I want a backyard.
Of course, to plant your little trees and
Yeah.
flowers and.
Yeah. And I want a
grow
dog.
things. What do you want, John? Come on, this is about you too.
I haven't thought about it too much in depth. What I do know and what we've talked about in depth is that life goal long term, have a cafe. So like,
I
Yo,
wanna
you guys
make
should
tea.
start a manga cafe in the U.S. There's none of that. I went to
Really?
like Korea, Japan. They have manga cafes and they have like
so
little
cute.
sleeping pods.
Oh, so cute.
If someone adapt this into the U.S., I feel like it would be a hit.
wait, tell me. So you sleep in the cafe? What is it?
Yeah, it's like a cafe where you can order drinks and coffee and
Mhm.
shit. And then they have like tables set up. And then in the back, they have like these little sleeping pods
Mhm.
where it's like a little curtain. And it's just enough room where you could squeeze in there and just take a nap.
No, John and I've talked
pretty
because
cool.
John loves like books, libraries, like all that. So
Yeah.
we're talking about a combo cafe where I get to make tea. Also there'd be like sell flowers, bouquets for people, and then John makes coffee because he loves coffee. And then there's like books where people can read, rent out, buy books, whatever. It's a whole date. It's a whole.
Yeah, I think the reason why that wouldn't work in America is people would just fuck.
Oh no, there'd be sex.
Oh,
rooms.
you're still on.
Come
the,
on, it's
you're
me.
still on the.
Jimmy,
yeah,
it's me.
people would just fuck in
No,
those
not in my cafe. Yeah, yeah.
little nap cafes. Yeah,
Well,
you
why
gotta like
wouldn't you let
set
people
some.
fuck?
Because I'm trying to be like a pillar of the community. I want children in there. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
what you let people fuck if you want children in there.
This is why America is
Okay, well again,
this is why the Western world
again,
is a failed society.
this is gonna happen in Canada, so.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, but moving, I don't know. We've talked about it, but I think usually we want to date for a little bit before we commit to anything more serious. Like, right, we have to feel like, can we live? Because it'll be like a year lease, right? Like, do we
Right.
want to lock this in for the next year?
Right.
Well, and even then, it's like,
It's like
things
are you living with us or are you living with John? That's the real question.
Yeah, you have to decide right now.
you're gonna answer today. Are you gonna live with your best friends or are you gonna live with your man? Decide now.
What's cheaper? Economically, like, where's the rent? How does it matter?
Probably if you guys split.
There you go. Just makes sense.
Now, what if you move in with us in the same apartment complex? Is that so bad?
No. You literally showed me the building.
No. See, John literally told me this. Where I told him, I was like, maybe I should just live with Jimmy and Gabe. Like, that'd be fun. And John was literally like, no, I'm vetoing you living with Jimmy because I don't want to deal with you texting me at 3 a.m. like, Jimmy got his head cut again. Like, I don't know what to do.
I love you, Jimmy, but
got my head cut again?
Like he just thinks you'll get yourself into situations. And then I'm going to text him about it. Because I'll be like, John,
I'll have to deal with it.
Jimmy's passed out. I can't carry him.
Right.
Right.
Naturally. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then you want to be close to your girl, too. I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Down the hall. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we're going to tour. We'll see.
Okay.
If we do, maybe it's the end of the year, but we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Moving so fast, guys. God, 3 kids, Canada wedding. Holy shit. Huh? No. I mean,
no, you're just afraid of commitment, Jimmy.
3 months. 3 months in, I'm still in the flirting stage.
You guys heard about the 3-month rule?
Huh?
What's the 3-month rule?
No, I haven't.
3 months. What? You don't fuck until 3 months in, or is this?
That should have been us. That could still be. What if we just like reset, give it 3 months?
No, short-term memory loss.
My TikTok? Okay.
We are such an old couple though. Like we go on these dates sometimes where I look around and it's all families and we're the only like young couple there because we're going and doing stuff that like only families do.
Let me explain the 3-month rule. Hello, it's Anne. Let's go. 1, anyone can say they like you, that they want to be with you, and blah, 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 blah. But psychologically, if they are still saying this, if they're still feeling this, if they're still trying after 3 months, that's a really good sign. The infatuation stage or the honeymoon stage usually ends around 3 months. Usually, don't quote me. 2, you get to know this person a lot better within the 3 months. Their true colors, their intentions will eventually show, which in return will help you realize whether or not you two are compatible. And 3, this one's really important. If you are interested in this person for longer than 3 months, this can help you realize that you actually have true feelings for this person and you weren't just doing this out of boredom and loneliness. And lastly, I just wanted to say this as Big Sister
To be
Anne.
fair, I'm doing this out of boredom and loneliness, just to get that out there.
Me too.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
We're always on the same page.
Yeah.
No, I love that for us.
No, as soon as someone, more compatible comes out.
It'd be hard, but listen, if someone more compatible came along, I get it. Valid. You want to be with the best person for you.
That's crazy.
I want you to be happy. But if she was uglier than me, I would be upset. Well, no. What would make me more upset? If his next girlfriend was prettier or uglier than me.
Yeah. What if she was just? Ooh, well, damn. He downgraded. Like, how would you feel? Would you feel like my man got no game, or would you feel like, wow, I was the best he ever had?
I actually don't know.
I feel like most people rationalize it, right? You see an ex with someone less attractive, you're
yeah,
like, oh,
then you because you want to feel okay about it either
they
way.
fell off. Yeah, they're down.
I don't know.
I feel like the nicer would hurt more.
No, well, it depends on how recent the breakup. Because I actually met up with an ex recently that I broke up with. Like, I haven't talked to in like 3 years, and then we caught up. She showed me her new man, and I was like, damn, my man is ripped. I'm like, this is a clear upgrade, right? At least physically looking.
Okay, sure.
And I'm just like, yeah, good for her.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I bet their sex is vanilla. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, right? He looks like, just you start thinking of other reasons why the relationship sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think for me, maybe I don't know. Well, I'm also crazy and weird. We talk about this all the time, but like, I just want someone that's like gonna be more compatible for you. Like, I just want you to be happy. You're a good person. But yeah, we're about to hit 3 months in 2 days. So
3 months.
Yeah.
How do you guys like? What are the anniversary points?
The first of every month. Am I crazy? Can I not do math? What are you talking about? April 1st, May 1st. Okay, well, I didn't go to Harvard. I didn't do it. Wait, it's only been 2 months?
If we count in the 1, 2, 3s correctly.
Wait, I feel like I've been with you for a fucking lifetime. Shut up.
Slip my wrist.
Okay, 3 months rule is good though.
Is it 3 months of dating or is it 3 months of talking?
I like to count it from like since talking, because that's the point where like we're flirting already, we're interested in each other.
Okay, well we're gonna hit 3 months for that.
Also, isn't it just like if you're still talking to someone, you're probably like, what's the other side of the 3 month rule? Like you're still dating at 3 months, but you're not putting in effort. Like of course your relationship's gonna fail.
After the infatuation, after the 3 months, if you guys still have feelings, it's just, I don't know.
It's how you feel. No, because I have a lot of relationships. Actually, every single relationship I had in college ended at like 3 months. Because I think that was when I was like
lonely and nah.
No, I don't know. At 3 months, I was just like that. I think that's when I'm like, is this gonna be a long-term relationship or like not? And I'm just like, actually, we're not that compatible, and I don't really like you as a person.
So what made those 3 months work?
Yeah, why were you talking to them for 3 months then?
Yeah, that's a long fucking time for you.
Sex? It's not that long to be having sex. You can have really good sex for 3
like
months.
seeing each other, like you were dating?
Yeah.
You guys were talking like.
No, we were boyfriend girlfriend for like 3 months, and then I was like.
But were you talking to the extent how you were talking to John?
I mean, yeah, we were. No, I think 3 months is like. I think 3 months is to me usually like at the point where you'll have like your first serious fight, like right, like at every point in a relationship you're gonna have a fight, like things come up, and then that's when you realize like, do you want to work this out and make compromises, and like change to some extent to be with this person,
right?
And then in college it was always like no.
Well, yeah, college. I think it was also like a loose time where people were more, less committal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Fights is interesting because it's like it depends on what level of fight would get you guys to break up, because that's really what it is.
I'm curious, Jimmy. Have you ever lived with a partner? Gabe raised his hand.
That was the question you were gonna ask? No. Okay. Yeah, this is bad, but quarantine.
That's
I did.
That's
quarantine.
So everyone
I
lived
lived with my ex for a month. Remember? Yeah, she actually lived here for like 2 weeks.
That's not living.
That's not living, right? Waking up every day.
I'm really talking about like you're signing a year lease to like live with someone, right?
No, I haven't. No. But I've gotten little microdoses of like living with
It's funny.
people.
Yeah.
And it still feels the same. You know, you wake up together, you do the everyday activities, and.
But I feel like you've done the harder part. Like I feel like the first month is probably the hardest month of living together. No. Because you're like getting used to someone being in your space, you like learning each other's habits, whatever, all this. Then eventually you get used to it, I would imagine. I don't know. No?
Actually, yeah, towards like day 27, 28.
Yeah.
I'm leave.
No, that's what I'm saying. Leave. Yeah, it wouldn't work. Yeah.
Leave. Like, I think for me at the time, and that was during quarantine too, and I was just like,
true.
We've had enough.
Right.
Yeah.
We're exes. What are we still doing here?
Right.
Oh, you were exes at the time.
Yeah.
That's crazy, Jimmy.
We were exes at the time, and
that's wild.
And then when the pandemic hit, I'm just like, hey, the world is ending.
If the world is ending.
If the world was
right.
Yeah, I think.
Oh
we sent
my
it,
God.
We sent the song to each other.
Oh man.
And like, no.
Oh my.
Let's be together.
That's crazy.
And then by the end of it,
Wait, so did you get back together for that month, or were you just?
Yeah.
Oh.
We said this so proud. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Cause I mean, it was a good month. I think it was for the most part. I was like, she was cooking for me for like the first time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like every day she was cooking for me. It was beautiful. It was like actually the best part of the relationship.
Wow.
What was her cooking?
Was when you
No. It was like
the
we were
month.
cooking. We were like working out. We were doing yoga together. We were playing
that's
video
so
games
cute.
together. And like for the first time, I wasn't as involved with work anymore. I have all these videos stacked up, so it's like, it was like finally I get to like be in this like little, I don't know, simulation and just live a life with her, and it was chill.
Yeah.
But then Yeah. Yeah. Well, that concludes today's podcast, guys. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I love bringing couples on because I'm so nosy. I am so nosy, and I love reading the text message. I love just seeing like shit blossom in front of my eyes because, you know, it's beautiful. It teaches people how to do it. It opens people's eyes on you know, the love story. It's great. Thank you, John, for coming on to the
My
show.
pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
Absolutely. It. All right. Oh, and go subscribe to John Fish.
John Fish on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Subscribe.
My man's a
Like and
YouTuber.
subscribe.
Come on now.